We got bus crashes, we've got Ferraris, we've got explosions, and another mini rigs question mark? Stay tuned after that opening.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Lethal Weapon after show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. You know, if I'm hosting a show, I'm going to play all of the Asian music because it deserves the love that it gets. Hello, I am your host, Alexis Torres. It's just the two of us. It's the original group together.
What?
Yeah.
Tango and Cash.
Back at it again.
You already know.
It's so nice, but also really weird because I'm so used to the girls being here.
Right.
But it's also
we
nice.
miss them, but it is nice. I can stretch out a little bit.
I know, right? I was like, look at all this room for activities.
We're not hitting anybody.
Oh,
but we
love
definitely
it.
miss the rest of our crew.
Yes, Pietra and Virginia are just hustling all the time, so they will definitely be here next week for the finale. But man, it is so crazy. We've been doing this for 2 seasons now.
Yes, and I'm gonna need us to come back for the third.
Yeah, no, that's still happening. Renew Lethal Weapon. That hashtag should be trending all the time, especially tonight, because they deserve it. Because if they leave us on a cliffhanger, I'm not ready.
No.
Not prepared.
No.
Like we were not prepared for this episode.
No, not even a little bit.
Not even a
but
tiny bit.
It was a good episode.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you guys for joining us live. If you're watching later, hello, welcome. We are talking about season 2, episode 21, Family Ties. Woof. What an episode.
Yeah.
Jam-packed with secrets and questions and
I
planning.
was about to say, I've got a lot of questions.
Yeah, no, same. How did you feel, besides the fact of having lots of questions?
I mean, as always, you already know. I liked it. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
I know that when they do these action scenes, they're probably not intentionally doing them with other previous action movies and or scenes from action movies or TV shows in mind, but there's just some things that you can't help but just make that association with.
Right.
However, it wasn't anything that I was against or I was like, oh, they're copying off of Bad Boys 2.
Oh, man,
I
that scene was
appreciated it because for me, they touched on things that like are classic to me action scenes that I always remember that stand out, and to be able to see that in this show, which is one of my favorite shows, man, please, I'm gonna need that season 3 on deck.
I agree. I completely
but
agree
no,
with
I mean, you know, it was a good show. I definitely like that they put your boy in between the rock and a hard place.
Yeah, straight up.
He still pulled out like a gangster. We will talk about that. And I mean, you know, it had a nice little surprise twist in there that I didn't see coming. Yeah. But where's Keven?
Yeah.
What is this? We did not have this discussion. Keven, we still need you on the show.
Yeah. Seriously.
Special segment if we have to, because I know we only have one episode
Where's
left.
Keven?
But where's Keven?
Why? Why are you
Where
doing
is
this?
Captain Avery?
I mean, we know where he is right now, but I also need him on the show every time.
Right.
Every day, every episode. I need his input.
I need that complete. We didn't see Captain Avery. We didn't see Bowman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like Bowman is like
Scorsese.
hit and miss sometimes. Like he's on his own thing, or he's on vacation. Or
Shout out to Michelle.
Man,
Woo!
holding it down.
Man,
that jump during that explosion, I was like, whoa. But anyway, so we're gonna get into Riggs because there was a lot happening with this man. So one, he's having nightmares of Dad because Daddy is gonna be out in a few months or weeks or something like that at that time, and he was having an awful dream about him killing the Murtaughs.
That dream sequence was just so vivid and just
rough. Rough. But yeah, it was just crazy. But also, I understand from his point of view because like your dad's a dangerous person. So the fact that he's just gonna be out and about in L.A., not back in Texas, in L.A., just doing up to no good. It's too close to home for me.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
Because obviously his dad was imprisoned in Texas, but you know whatever happened. He had whatever. Did he get hurt or something?
Well, remember he got shanked in
right.
In
yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So he got shanked, probably for some cigarettes or not sharing his cornbread. Who knows? I'm joking.
Yeah.
But if you were Riggs,
Yeah.
or if you were just, your badass self.
Oh, thank you.
However, but you needed, but you were in that situation, would you have pulled the strings necessary to have him relocated to California? Even though you don't really want to have anything to do with him, would you do that because you knew it was in his best interest safety wise? Or would you have been like, figure it out, homie?
See, I'm that type of person. See, so this is probably where people are gonna be like, "Wow, Alexis is cold-hearted."
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, I'm a cold-blooded snake here.
I was just about to say,
yeah. I was gonna start with that.
Look into his eyes.
Oh, I love that song so much. But I can't. Like, he's a dangerous person. 1, 2. I'm just starting to get a new family and things like that. You also just killed my son's dog. Oh, he wasn't supposed to do that. No, control your people better. How about that? No.
But it's not even. But on that one, it's not even about control. He told them to do that because he wanted to get his attention. So
that's what I'm saying. Is that there's too many. I firmly believe in the 3-strike rule. If you break that, you out. Period. Like I don't give second chances anymore. I've done that before and I've gotten burned. No. So I'll be like, hey, bye-bye, go to Texas. Oh, sorry, did he get stabbed because of this thing? Tears for a day because he's still my dad. But also, you did it to yourself. You're a grown-ass person. Take care of your consequences of crap that you do. Period. I
can't even fight that. I can't even fight that because I am the exact same way, minus the tears. I'm not even squirting a tear for you if you got shanked. I'm just like, damn. Just a little bit.
It'll be that one crocodile tear that just comes right down, and that's it.
But yeah, I'm leaving you, bro. You're staying in Texas. I'm not bringing you into my space.
I'm just getting better. After all the crap that you just gave me, I'm not gonna go back and take care of you, please. There's too many people. Too many people I care about. That ship has sailed. Bye. Turn on that lighthouse. Watch that ship go.
Bye. Right, and so to jump forward, for him to have him not only in LA in reality, in real life, but to be in his dream and be in the the Murtaugh's house.
It would all the panic attacks. Like I can't
watching TV, cracking jokes, like y'all chummy.
Oh. And we know that would never actually happen because the Murtaughs know about his past. But still, just thinking about it.
That's an unsettling dream. That's one of those dreams that you just. Like you can't even shake that off within the first couple minutes of waking up. Like that's gonna stick with you for a cool minute.
Yeah, and I'm really proud of him that he went to Cahill to like talk it out instead of it being like, I'll just let it fester. It'll be fine. Like I'm really proud of him about that. But also to throw in more worries of more Riggs family crap. Hence why I started with DNA. This episode was because we find out there's another little Riggs running around.
Yeah.
I mean he's not that little. He's young, but
they share the same dinner.
Yeah. I thought they were also wearing the same boots, and I was about to laugh. I was like, really? But they weren't. But yeah, that was
a nice little twist. I didn't see that one either.
No,
I didn't even see it. You had to take it back.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait. I kept thinking like, well, wait, how did they know his name that quick? Because I don't remember him introducing himself. But okay, whatever. I'll go with it. No, because
if that was the case, I thought, oh, maybe they knew him because they're like, hey, you're Riggs' boy, like,
right.
So they were like trying to call him out. But no, when the other guy was like, yeah, I was like, what? Who are you?
Right.
And then he asked his dad in prison. He's like, who's this kid? He's like, oh, his name's Garrett. His mom's not in the picture anymore. I don't need to get into those horror stories. I was like, okay. All right, mister, I used to beat my son with a bat. All right, okay. All right.
You knocking up another woman and having a child on the side is not necessarily a horror story.
It's not really.
Given all the horror you've inflicted.
I mean, I don't know what this lady has done to this poor child, but also you were also not a saint. So, you don't get that kind of...
Don't throw them rocks.
No. Oh, God, I was so mad. But yeah, so apparently he's trying to like make up, what he did in his past and trying to treat this boy better than how he treated Riggs. But it's also like very, maybe it's annoying to me as having stepbrothers who I love very dearly, and my stepdad is an amazing person and things like that. But I've also heard other cases where like stepparents treat like the other kids awfully, and things like that. I wasn't gonna get into it, but like things happen like that, and it makes me angry when they're like, "Don't touch my boy" and all this kind of crap. I'm like, so what was I? You raised me too. What is this? It makes my heart like. I have no words. I just want to high five him in the face with a chair. Like he makes me
high five him in the face with it.
He makes me so angry, like WWE angry. Like that's how bad it is.
That's pretty damn angry. I hope I never make you WWE angry.
No, it takes a mountain to get there for me. I'm very patient, but like
I'm too lazy to climb that mountain.
Like, it's not that great. But yeah, it was just it really stemmed his character of how he's just like, you know, what'd you do to my boy? Because one, we weren't expecting. Well, okay, I was expecting just a little bit, but we weren't expecting him when we had that chase with the ransom money, and he was walking out into the street, you know, backwards, and I was like, "There's
you
street."
called it.
Well, because anytime a crime show's like, I'm about to walk backwards, not look behind me, into the street, I was like,
you already know you about to get hit.
Especially because Mean Girls has ruined that for me, because that bus just hitting people randomly, like I just anticipate it now. Anytime someone just walks into the street, I'm like, car? Is there gonna be a car? Like and it happened. It hit him hard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it hit him hard, but it didn't hit him as hard as dude from season 1, episode 1.
That was crazy.
I'm never going to forget that. Ever.
Or whatever I can't remember what the other episode was. Remember when that lady was running in the street and that car rammed into her into the tree? Yeah,
yes, you remember? Because I jumped. Yeah.
We both did. We were like,
because I was not expecting that. That was such a deep episode.
No,
that
episode was
that episode
really good.
took it to a whole nother
because
level.
we didn't think that. We're like, okay, she's running in a nightgown.
Right.
She's
she runs up on the grass. Like, okay, cool. Like the guy's maybe
stuff.
gonna chase her on foot. No.
He rammed her into a tree. Lethal Weapon writers. I don't know what you're doing with these car scenes, but oh my god.
Keep it up.
Yeah, keep it up, but also stop wrecking my soul.
But yeah, so he got hit ridiculously hard.
He's in a coma.
I don't know.
I
just feel like...
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how do you feel about this? Do you think he's going to be a key player? I mean, we only have one episode left, so I don't really know. Why would you introduce this character so late? Lethal Weapon, why?
I don't think he's going to be a key player.
I think it was just a one-off?
I think it's a one-off. We might get to see him as he awakens from his coma and then, you know, whatever. But I don't think we're gonna see much of him. I'm not gonna hold my breath on it.
No, it makes sense because I was just intrigued that we got this twist so late in the game. But I was like, oh, but if we get a season 3, maybe he'll be in it more, something like that. I mean,
I could be wrong. When Chris Brown's Run It came out, I was like, oh, that's a cool song, but that's probably the only hit he'll ever have.
Mm-hmm.
Ha!
Wow!
Hey, I was wrong. Double
what were we talking about?
Okay, so
puns. But yeah, so it was very interesting, and the fact that the executive committee, I don't really know how the hierarchy works in a police station, or law enforcement, but the fact that they were like, we're gonna use this information that the dad is giving us to get him out. Clearly, he put up his part, and he got out like next day, and immediately we get a moment where he's like, couldn't have planned it better myself.
And he's like, did you plan it? And he just...
Yeah, have a good one, Riggs, or whatever he says, and then walks away. And I went, did he plan this? I mean, I'm assuming because the way that the preview was for the next episode, it seems like he's been planning this all along. My personal opinion, though, I want to know what you guys think, so don't forget to put it in the live chat, put it in the comments below, because I want to know.
I don't know. I think he wants you to think that he planned it, but I think it just,
to get in your head,
in my mind, I think it probably just kind of happened to work out. But then I could be very naive right now.
Either way,
but yeah,
he should not be on the streets. He should be either in jail, in the ground.
It was cute to me that they did just enough, and by they I mean the top brass in the police department, just enough to know that there was a relation between him and Detective Riggs, but not enough to know that due to their strained relationship, trying to use his release from prison as leverage wasn't really going to sway Riggs to do anything in their favor.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, okay, like that's no deal. Sorry.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like he was going to get out either way, early or on time or something like that, and we would have to deal with the consequences either way. So the fact that he got out early is just that little cherry on the top of the sundae, and I hate it. No, it's a crap sundae is what it is. Speaking of crap sundae, Murtaugh, boy, I don't know how to feel about you because you were half and half for me this episode. Half of it I was like, I'm real proud of you, and other half I was like, why are you you? Why do you do the things that you do? I tell this to Kelly all the time. Why?
Okay, so let's get into this. The part that made you upset with him, what exactly was that part?
I'm trying to remember all of it because there's so much. Okay, so one, we know that Avery is gone for some reason. We weren't really told until way later into the episode that Murtaugh's acting captain. Number one thing. I know that if you put James Brown on, I'm going to dance. But you are in a work environment with glass.
And I didn't see any blinds or anything, but he was open. In there getting every bit of his life. Now, I'm going to say this. It looked super random, and I'm going to need him to work on his rhythm because he low-key, I don't know, it's very questionable.
My God.
Might have to take his black card. But at the same time, I get it.
He dances like my husband, and my husband's whiter than Wonder Bread. Like straight up.
I get it on one hand. There are times where I do way too much when I'm listening to music, whether I'm, just walking from my car into the office or if I'm on the treadmill.
You got that swag though.
I do have a little bit of swag, but regardless of my swag, to people that are not up on that level of swagginess. Also, if I were to do that here, nobody would probably really think too much. It's like, oh shit, look at chaos.
Kelly,
right. But in where I work, they were like, why is he? You can't let them anywhere. And so
I know what you mean.
So I say that to say that there's sometimes I just don't care. I'm feeling this song. This song is giving me life, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Not when you're supposed to be the head of the department. That's all I'm saying.
But
your subordinates are definitely not gonna respect
I'm not
you.
gonna knock him because it was a nice little he was feeling it. He was happy. I mean, it was like somebody says, "Hey man, you get to drive the ship for the day." What? I'm probably low-key gonna put on my little captain song and get it too.
Yeah, I saved that for when I go to the bathroom by myself. I'll just do a little dance, and then that's about it.
Well, that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad. I'm just gonna go ahead and just get my life in the office. Yeah. So on one hand,
put the blinds. Pull the blinds and then get it.
And that's what I would have done is I would have pulled the blinds. But sometimes, you know what? You just don't care.
Oh, no, he's been waiting for that. Everybody knows. But I was also just like, boy, 1, your dancing's awful. 2, just garbage. And 2, you need to put the blinds up because people already don't respect you in this office already. Can we bring it back? Anyway, so we've got a missing wife. Number 2 now. Not Murtaugh's fault. This is just a TV show thing in general that I like to nitpick. That zoom on that drone of seeing where that tattoo in full HD, like you can see hair and pores. I was like, which drone is this? Is this like a $2 million drone?
Like, I would need to know where he got that drone. Can I get that on Amazon?
And it was a kid who was playing with this drone. So I'm like, where are you? Beverly Hills? Like, Calabasas? Are you a Kardashian? How are you getting these drones?
But at the same time, drones are fairly affordable now. They're pretty...
Not the kind that we just got. That was like trying to shoot... That was like using a Red camera on a drone. Like, I could see every tiny hair on that man's arm. I was like, okay. All right.
Like, oh, is that a scar from childhood?
Yeah, no, like, can you tell me about this pore, this birthmark, and that scar, and your tattoo, please?
I liked when they were showing it, and she gets out the water, and he's like, And he's like,
Oh, yeah. Just immediately where he was like, ugh. And I was like, do you know your audience? You should know your audience before you start commenting on other people's wives.
But then at the same time, again, playing devil's advocate, sometimes you cannot help yourself.
That was a reflex. That came out.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't supposed to. You just, sometimes you're like, ooh, praise Jesus. It's like, oh, whoa.
It was like, oh, hey, sorry.
Hey,
wow.
Whoa, where am I?
Holy Ghost took me on that one. I'm sorry. Couldn't control it. I apologize. I listened to James Brown earlier. It happens. I'm sorry. Like one of those. But then we also have another person who drives me up a wall. Leo just shows up. We're not done with him, which is fine because he makes me laugh. But at the same time, I'm like, why are you trying to put a class act suit on Riggs and Murtaugh? Why? Why are you doing this? Oh, because you're captain now? Okay.
Yeah.
I see you.
And then Monty being the snitch, like, come on, bro.
Yo, Monty, what happened? You were supposed to be on our team.
But at the same time, if Monty was possibly facing some kind of disciplinary action off of something they did, then okay, cool. Don't lose your job for somebody you ain't even really that tight with.
True.
So,
true. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Leo is helpful and not at the same time. He's just a hot mess. But
you know what else is helpful?
What is helpful?
Bam! Conversations with Maria Menounos.
True.
All right, so look. If you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, for those who do, have we got the podcast for you? We have Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition, hosted by our AFTERBUZZ TV founder, and it drops every Friday on iTunes. So not only are you getting new beats on Fridays, you're getting new podcasts with Maria on Fridays. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life. You can always do for an upgrade every day. So from health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more, let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Just go to iTunes, subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Free 99. Be sure to rate and comment, and when you do, guess what? Let Maria know that it was us that sent you here, the Lethal Weapon After Show. Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition. Check it out.
Hey, also a person who really needs to check out just driving in general. Murtaugh, again, now number 3 on my rant with Murtaugh. He had to commandeer a bus because the ransom was the ransom money drop was happening on a bus. This is where I thought speed was gonna be like a huge. Speaking of movies, I thought that's what was happening.
That's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah. No, same thing from the trailer from last week. I was like, oh, so he's gonna just speed through all this other stuff. I mean, it was a very short high speed chase, but it doesn't matter. This man did so much damage in a small amount of time. It was so fast. He goes, I'm about to commandeer this bus. I love how she was like, I'm gonna call the cops, and he's like, no, seriously, I'm a captain.
Like, I'm a captain.
I have a badge.
She was not having it.
But I also understand at the same time where it's like, hey, look, I don't make a lot of money, okay? I also have to get these people to where they need to go. I need this. Please don't
mess this up for me.
I just, like, what if she just got that job? How do you know?
Right.
You don't know what her life is like.
I just had my performance review. Like,
it's her first day. Like, you don't know what
I just got off probation.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm about to get benefits next month. Like, I'm going to need you to calm it down.
And the fact was like, I love, she's like, you need to step behind this line. I don't care if you're a general. I need you to get it, sir. And he was like, no, you're gonna move because I'm the captain now. Yeah. And he was like, I'm gonna take this bus and I'm about to chase after a car.
He tore up so much stuff.
I was not ready for how awful that because it was not just like 1 or 2 cars, 3 or 4 cars.
It was like, didn't they say it was like
a dozen? It was a dozen cars. He hit 12 cars, you guys.
All I could think of at that moment was, can you imagine? For those that were, maybe they worked a little, a couple blocks over, or they going to like, oh, I'm just gonna go home or going to go out for lunch, and then you come back and your car looks like that, like, and there's no note, there's nothing there to let you know what happened. Your car is just now just a little piece of tin.
And I will say, for people who live in LA, for people who don't live in LA who don't know this, there are some times where you'll be driving and you will see a car completely totaled because probably somebody who was drunk, not paying attention, fell asleep at the wheel, will just hit a parked car. It happens a lot. In
front of where I live, there's, like, on the street side, there was a line of cars, and this guy just was drunk and not paying attention. And just ran and hit one car, and he hit that car with so much force it smashed into like 5 other cars. And it wasn't just like, oh, they all got little bumps and scrapes. No, they were all like totaled. Pretty much they were all in totaled out. And it sucked because I kept thinking, like, wait until there was only like maybe 1 or 2 people that came out when it happened. It was like 2 in the morning. But the rest of that day, you just saw people at different times of the day coming out and losing it because their cars were just completely ruined.
Yeah.
So again, that's all I thought about was like, oh,
yeah,
damn.
I literally had a friend of mine who was driving to go see somebody, and he left his car there, slept the night, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna get up and go pick up, I don't remember if it was his mom or dad or some parent from the airport and take him around LA. Looked and saw that his car was completely smushed. Like, you could not get into this car. It was like a box. Like, it was so bad because a drunk driver hit it. Just cause. Yo, just
and
thinking
what's
about
even
it.
worse is that Roger wasn't even drunk.
No, he just didn't know how to drive a bus, which
Yeah,
is hard.
pretty
You have
much.
to have a specific license for that. So I understand, but he hit that turn a little too wide.
He was like, help me. And she was,
I was like, I'm done. You would be like, help me.
And she's trying to reach, and you're like, oh, like it's a wrap after that. The bus driver's like, oh, it's a wrap.
No, you know that you've done messed up, like straight up. And the
You
fact
know they
that
messed up, right?
yeah, and he and he gets out, and of course it's the one bus that has Leo gets his number on the back.
like,
Accidentes. Like,
I only hit cars on this side.
no, I love how he tried to reason with himself. I didn't hit anything over here, but I did hit everything over here. I think I did all right. But also this actress who played this bus driver. One, she's great, but also she said Murtaugh like 8 times.
Right.
Murtaugh.
Murtaugh. Like she wanted to make sure
I thought she was gonna
everyone
like
knew.
get up and like rip off her uniform, and there was a cheerleader outfit, and she was just gonna start spelling out his name because she said it so many times.
She was just making sure that she wasn't the one thrown under the bus.
What is going on with your puns, man?
Hey, man. I'm feeling real punny today.
Oh my God, stop punishing me. Anyway, so
Puns are fun. Fun for puns. I'm sorry. Okay,
Why is
I'm
this
done.
happening? Why? For people who know my other after shows, you know my feelings towards puns. We go way back in the worst ways. But yeah, that was that epitome for me where I was like, wow, Murtaugh, wow, I don't understand how does your brain function? Where you're like, I'm about to commandeer this bus. I'm also going to try to drive like a madman. But he redeemed himself because when he got taken off the case because he made so much damage. But they're like, oh, you figured out the case. So you know what? I'm going to give you this key to this Ferrari, which I love how Bailey was like, I thought you were making that up. We actually have those. And he's like, oh, yeah. Yes, we do.
Well, what's crazy is that earlier when he's like, you know what, what are you doing out here? And you go in his office, and I thought he was simply talking about being, about all the things he could requisition, but he wasn't going to actually do it.
Yeah.
And this man literally got as much. It was like Christmas time. Like he just went shopping.
No, there's so much.
the catalog.
Why did you also have just random mannequins in your office? I don't understand.
I love that because she was legit. Are you not going to look at me when I am talking to you?
She was so like, oh my God.
What was hilarious to me, or not hilarious, but what was good to me, and I love these moments in movies and in TV shows.
Yeah.
When she comes in, she's like, "What are you doing?" And he pretty much just laid it out, like, "Okay, look. Do you want us to get her back before she's dead or not?
Yep.
If you do, let us do what we do."
And
I was like, you tell her, Raj.
And I was just like, and I'm gonna back up slowly.
And I was like, no, I'm gonna need you to run them keys to that Ferrari.
And
she
did.
And she did.
And that is our lethal AF moment of the episode, which was that Ferrari scene. That was the coolest thing, and that's why I really love that we both were like, bad boys. That was a demo bad boys moment.
Because that's one of my favorites from Bad Boys 2.
Yeah.
And they came in and just,
Especially
Bailey. Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, that was also...
She handled that hardware so lovely.
I know, and you couldn't even tell. Like, the recoil was so smooth. I was just like, girl, get it. Also, when they hit that janitorial cart, and it hit that guy, I was like,
flipped him. I was like, yes.
That is how you get hurt. Because that's a lot. That's a lot of force to be hitting you. One, with a car that's going super fast. Two, the fact that you're being hit by another contraption of things at that speed. And
he's not even able to break his fall because he was still holding on to his gun. So that was just face plant all day.
Straight up into the asphalt. That was rough. And then, of course, we had our other guy who got shot up by Bailey, which was beautiful.
I'm telling you, between her and Murtaugh, they was on point.
No, even when he did the full turnaround and he had his gun out too, I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, and you got that third guy. I was like, okay, all right, you're digging up. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Got to go up though. Just saying. Anyway, but yeah, save the hostage. Thank goodness. Leo gets taken too. I don't know what to do with this man because he was like, I just really want to get this case, this class action suit. I want it. Followed the wrong guy.
Chance.
Oh my God, he was
He said, "You are hands down the best hostage person to be taken hostage with."
I was like, this poor woman is traumatized. She's been in this bathroom for like 2 days. Like, why are you like this? Stop it, Leo. And he was just like, I just wanted to let her know. No.
Hey, maybe
and Bailey was like, okay, I'm gonna help her now because you're traumatizing her.
And
even
you're
more.
very awkward.
Please stop. Yeah. So at the very end, because of results, as she put it very, very well and very nicely, that's why he's gonna stay as captain, which I want to know how you feel about that, because that means that Murtaugh and Riggs technically can't be going on cases all the time because he has to be a captain and he has to stay in the office, which we got to see a little bit of where he felt like he was missing the action because he was inside his desk the entire time, but also because he had a bunch of crap in there. But yeah, how do you feel? If we get a season 3, what are we going to do? Because Avery's running for office.
We're getting a season 3.
I know,
There's
but
not
I'm
a
just...
question.
Okay.
Okay, so... I don't know, because I do. I'm hoping that they are back to being bros in real life, IRL. But I definitely. Do you know how long it took for me to realize what the hell that meant?
Really?
But no.
I love that.
I have mixed feelings because I like their balance. They balance each other out very well. I like seeing them take on cases. I like when he gets a wild hair up his ass and Riggs is like, wait, we shouldn't do it like this. And they switch off. Like, I love everything about them as a partner, as a partnership. However, I do like the idea or the possibility that we're going to get to see Riggs paired up with other people.
So like Bailey or Bowman.
Bowman, maybe Cruz will come back.
I want Cruz to come back!
Or maybe we'll get some new people.
Sorry,
I like that. I like changing things up, especially, when we go into the 3rd season, because it's going to happen. Hashtag
Renew Lethal Weapon.
Renew Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like it's bittersweet. As long as you give me a decent balance of him just saying, screw it, I'm coming from behind the desk, and he gets out there and he gets to do a little bit and he gets to crack a couple heads.
Oh yeah.
I'll be okay. I need to see him crack some heads. I don't need to see him crack all the heads. I know Trish would be a little bit more at ease.
Yeah, because he'll be mostly
so
behind the
I mean,
desk.
we'll see what happens, or who knows? He might
find a
blow his load and.
I don't think that's a good.
And then no, it is. He might just get in there and just
No, wait, we don't need to
do
embellish.
things prematurely to get himself out of that position as captain.
Okay, I'm gonna bring this show. Just rein it back. Just rein it back. Just put it in reverse. Oh
See, your mind's in the gutter. I wasn't even thinking about it like that when it just blows load.
No, I'm a dirty person. Anyway.
I mean, it could. Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody who knows me.
Yeah, and I don't even know what else you could substitute blows load for. So okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna say blows load anymore.
What?
Okay.
Girls, I need you back. Anyway, just kidding.
They can't rein me in.
No, they can't either.
I can't be home. Can't hold me down.
No, it's 31
flavors of waviness.
Oh, God.
They can't contain all of them.
All of them. No such things. What was I saying? What were we talking about? Oh no, you know who we also can't contain? Freaking Dad, because apparently he kidnapped Trish in the finale.
Ooh,
he's out. And he's like, yo, I'm about to take over because I can't. I'm free. I can do whatever I want.
It just got real.
But I want to know why. That's what it is. I want to know what's his end game. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because you're out now. So what's the point of trying to kidnap your son's partner's wife? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Right. Like, are you getting payback? Does she know something? Like, I want to know, because it does not make sense as to why he needs her. specifically.
We also did not talk about that hot little exchange between Riggs and whatever that other dude's name was.
Oh, yes. The
That
guy
was a
in the
good
truck.
action scene too.
Yes. Him in the big rig.
And then that back and forth that they had, you know,
that quick draw.
The whole thing where he's trying to threaten him, and I'm just like, again, like you guys
Stop
are
playing
all
mind games.
yeah, but I'm like, you guys are all trying to use the wrong bait.
True.
You know,
Yeah,
but
trying to make him angry doesn't make
like,
it
you know
better.
what? I don't think that car is coming after all. And I was like, oh,
I liked that. Yeah.
You in trouble.
Yeah, and I loved that quick draw. I love seeing that here and there. I mean, we see it a lot of the time, but when it's just a one-off, I think that's really, really cool. So, again, Riggs is not someone you should be messing with or trying to egg on. That is never a good idea, and I don't understand why people do that. I'm like, stop. He is a loose cannon all the time, ready to go. Like
24/7, 365.
yeah, no, seriously, just stop. Just stop. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see where this finale is gonna go. Again, when we get season 3, because I cannot have the season end with a cliffhanger. I'm going to be pissed. And even if they like try to wrap it up with a bow, I will also still feel unsatisfied because I need more Lethal
Like
Weapon.
I still need to know what's happening in that universe.
Always.
And furthermore, I feel like 30 Rock is proof that if you are patient and you allow a show to truly get its legs, it will pay you back tenfold.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 Rock really wasn't doing that well when it first started, and then 30 Rock ended up being like
one of the biggest
one
shows.
of the biggest hits on NBC.
Yeah, I agree.
Fox, don't mess this up. Don't
do this. Don't do this. We
Y'all
need
don't
our
want
show.
me on your studio lot. I'm really loud.
Hey man, we'll riot. It'll happen.
I'm pretty sure. Exactly.
I'm like fans in our chat, fans in. I mean, there's so many because I mean I've seen so many accounts that are like in Europe, in South America, like a bunch of those, and they were like, "We love Lethal Weapon. Please don't take it away.
Bring it back.
So, yeah, please.
And stop switching them days around.
Because we were Wednesday
I'm
last
good
year.
for one more day change with season 3. You can change that day one more time, but after that, I'm gonna need you to leave that day static.
Yeah, I need.
Do not change it.
I need you on at least a day that I can remember.
Right, exactly.
That would be really, really helpful. Like if we can remember that Scandal's on Thursdays, like I feel like we can do that. Wait, was I
It's
right?
not anymore. Yeah, it was.
Okay, see?
It was.
See what you do to me? Stop.
Yeah.
I'm also not caught up, so don't
And I
tell me
also
anything.
need you to not put it on a Friday.
No.
Although I don't go out and turn up like I used to as much when it comes to
I also go to
Fridays.
sleep pretty early on Friday.
Right, because you're just
tired.
you're just so beat down from the week. But yeah, Fridays, no. Like I know when the show moves to Friday, I'm like, oh damn.
Yo, no. I need Lethal Weapon season 3. I need this man to be put in the ground. Dad
yeah.
Riggs, Daddy Riggs, like he needs to go.
Yeah, shoot the other side of his face.
Yes. No, just I don't want to see it anymore. I mean, the actor's great. He
is actually
amazing.
He is.
I don't want the actor to go. I want him to do other things. But this character needs to go. And I need to know what's happening with this whole captain scenario. I just want to see where we're going to go with it. Because I feel like we finally got his dream, which is great. But at the same time, I'm also like, but what about our duo? Well, I mean, clearly they still have to work together. It's just not going to be the same.
Right. And what I would like to see is Keven in season 3
Here we go.
as mayor or governor or whatever position he's running for
politics, some sort of politics.
Right.
Yeah.
I would like to see that kind of interaction when he's got an entirely different role and how that affects their dynamic.
Well, I'm hoping if when we do get a season 3 that there's gonna be an assassination attempt on Avery. So
look at that.
So
you giving writers see?
I got
See?
you.
She got you.
You need a protection
Hit
detail.
her up season 3. She got at least about a good half of the episodes.
Something.
Probably already swirling around in the dome.
I do, but we could talk about it, at Torres, just
slide
find me.
those DMs.
Yeah, no, seriously. We'll talk. Let's talk. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for this episode recap of Lethal Weapon Family Ties. You can go ahead and follow both of our ladies on Twitter and Instagram, Pietra and Virginia. You can find them there. Where can the fans find you?
You guys should know this by now, that you should just tell me where you can find me. But if you don't know, Chaos J on Twitter, KAAOSJ, and then, of course, Chaos_Oceans 31, because I'm always bringing you 31 flavors of waving this baby. Let's go.
waviness. And you guys can find me all over social media at atorres890. That's ATORRES890. Don't forget to catch me on a show pretty much every day of the week. Mondays we have Into the Badlands. I'm not going to get all into it, but like there's literally a show every day. So if you want to see this face, check it out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us again. We are talking about that season finale next week. Holy crap. We will see you then. Mwah. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.